Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the A3U Review.
And we got a great episode for you, because in this episode, bigger really is better.
That's right, we're gonna look at some really big things because we know how you guys like them big. We're gonna take a look at Devastator from the Combiner Wars series and see how he compares with the other big guys. So very exciting episode. My name's Alex.
I'm Boris.
And you're watching
the A3U Review. Before we hit the main event, as promised, we're going to take a quick look at the North American version of Combiner Wars Superion versus the Unite Warriors, which is the Takara version of Superion. The main difference, of course, is that the Takara version comes with Slingshot, which is a different limb than the North American counterpart. North America gets Alpha Bravo, whereas the gift set here comes with Slingshot, which is another plane, not a helicopter. Now, having said that, for all of you guys that did get in early, you guys probably got a version of Slingshot. It's called Quick Slinger, and that's the North American version of Slingshot. It was a Toys R Us exclusive and also a shared Asia exclusive if you ordered from Asia. Those are all pretty much sold out everywhere now. It's very difficult to get.
First of all, if you guys are a fan of hunting, you would go for the Hasbro version because you got to buy everything individually. But if you want to save time, you might want to get this because it's in this sweet gift set, which comes with a collectible window box. And everybody loves window box packaging because it's highly collectible. You could really, keep your the pieces in here, especially with that tray, and you can see them all nicely. So here they all are, and we would really like to do a full-on comparison, but this is the last piece.
Yeah.
So
and I don't want to ruin it for a collector that really loves the box art and loves the window boxing. So unfortunately we couldn't pull it out, but we're gonna try to still show as many of the differences as we can.
Because thankfully, on the other side of the box, you get a really nice photo of Superion as a whole. So we are gonna do our little quick comparison like that. One of the things that was really stand out was those gold parts.
Yes, so the coloring I feel on the Unite Warriors is definitely a lot more G1 accurate in that it has a lot of the goldish yellowish kind of parts instead of the orange that you see here. You'll notice that Silverbolt has quite a bit more of the gold replacing all these orange parts, which is really nice. This is probably the easiest part to see here, and the antennas. Those are all replaced by a nice gold metallic finish. It's pretty clear on the tail fin, right?
Yeah.
As you can see. So that's one of the bigger differences. You'll notice the blue fins are actually a really nice touch to skydive, which the North American just has the black fins in with it. The blue actually really is quite nice. Superion for the Unite Warriors also comes with the white hands and the white feet. So yeah, all in all, I think for all of you that want a set that is a little bit more true to the G1 figure, this is the set to get. Like Alex mentioned, if you do want to hunt around, you could probably find Quick Slinger to replace Alpha Bravo in the North American colors, but he is harder to find. It is a premium now to get him, so I'd say for the price comparison, you might be better off actually going with the Unite Warriors. And I mean, can't say no to this.
It's a nice convenient box set that looks great.
Yeah, I love that they've really pulled out the artwork and put it front and center on this box. So yeah, I mean, without ado, let's move on to the main event. Let's look at Combiner Wars Devastator.
So what you see in front of us is two different Devastators. Here we got Hasbro, the mass market retail version, and of course we have Hasbro again, but San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and right away you can see the difference in the box.
One of the nice things about the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives is they usually come with really great box art. I've always felt like the box art has that little bit of extra attention, like the Bruticus.
Totally agree.
The Metroplex, all that. Yeah.
It's like a collector's box.
Yeah, you'll want to collect the box version for the San Diego Comic-Con because it actually looks really cool, and it's, you know, just so I could show, it's just a little bit more than just what happens here. Like there's no window or anything.
You just like
you just get the box. Yeah, you just open
bottom,
it like any kind of box set. There's no window on it. This one, it's kind of nice. It's got the whole like
nice.
You know, this little.
It's like it's a shovel. It's the power shovel.
Yeah,
the bulldozer. Yeah.
And then of course the window box allows you to see it in all its glory.
Yep.
So if you are someone that wants to display it in the box, it still looks really good.
And this one is pretty simple. You just pull it out of the tray, and it comes in a cardboard tray, and all the Constructicons are in vehicle mode.
It's actually just a
It's nothing
regular.
special. Yeah.
No, it's just regular cardboard, a brown cardboard box. It actually kind of looks a little bit cheap inside.
Yeah.
But you know what? It keeps it from moving around a lot. So yeah, like let's
compare the two. So we got both Devastators out of the box, and here's SDCC. Here is mass market retail version.
That's right.
So, wow, right away, obvious difference is the chrome and the head. But then, if you pay close attention, there's a lot of little tiny details.
Yeah, I think this definitely will give a hint as to how much more paint apps might come on the Takara one. We're not going to look at the individual bots on this comparison, because when the Takara one comes in, it actually has some very significant differences in the bots.
Yeah.
And we'll take a look at the individual bots at that time.
For sure.
For now, we're just going to review it in its entirety.
I like the visor on the head.
Yeah. They definitely switched that around. I like the visor version as well.
Yeah. With regards to the little differences, I mean, there's so many of them. For example, the highlighted silver on here, this one doesn't have it.
Yeah, so it definitely has a lot of those little details, as well as you might want to point out.
Gold part. This one doesn't have that gold part right here.
Yeah. Also, I mean, if you look at like stickering wise, they have those little yellow stickers.
Oh yes, yeah. These little like black and yellow striped stickers.
Yeah. So you'll see it on this arm as well.
Yeah.
Whereas if you look at these ones, it's definitely missing that little bit of detail.
Yeah. The hips, purple hair, green there. Like they really skipped out on that on the Hasbro. I mean the retail version.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the biggest complaints about the mass retail version.
Yeah.
Is that there's not enough contrast. That like they missed a lot of opportunities on getting the contrast in there. Having things like this purple here really gives it that contrast. Also, even if you notice here on the tracks,
the black. Oh, that is great. Yeah.
Rather than just the straight up plastic that's going on here.
Yeah.
The same goes for the wheels. Like the rims are all painted here. That's the same thing that goes all across this whole production. Like if you look here, there's also the little silver ladder and the black here.
Yeah.
Whereas if you look on the North American version, no black there, it's just one solid green piece.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, without that contrast, you definitely lose that kind of higher end feel to the figure, which is really sad because, you know, they missed a lot of opportunities on this one, where they made up for it on the paint apps on this one.
Yeah.
But I actually think they ruined it by doing the chrome.
Yeah.
I don't like the chrome as much as I like the regular purple, because that's what I'm used to from the toy, and that's actually what I would prefer. However, having said that, the chrome is kind of starting to grow on me right now, just because in general with all the paint apps and everything, this feels a little bit more complete, don't you think? I would switch out the heads. I like the visor version better. I think I feel better if this chrome purple actually matched this purple a little bit more.
Okay.
If it was the same color of purple.
Yeah, like that shade.
But still chrome.
Yeah.
I think I would actually be very much more accepting of it.
Yeah.
But I think it's because it's like this lighter kind of pinkish kind of tone to the chrome. It actually doesn't really go in harmony with this purple as much.
That's
like
right.
If you look at it right here, you could tell the big difference
major
between
contrast.
The differences. And then you'll notice it even more when we turn around and look at the bot modes, right? Like let's do
that right now.
Yeah, from behind there. So, like I said, we're not going to do the individual bots, but here you can see sort of the chest of some of the bots. And you can see where the chroming starts happening here.
Yeah, that full torso is just completely chrome. and that one isn't. So they really chromed this guy out.
Yeah, it's too bad because the actual other paint apps, like all the extra little blue paint apps, they don't actually have blue at all on this one.
No.
But they've, if we can turn it back around, Alex, and if you could point out like the little blue applications that they have everywhere, it actually is a really nice touch with those little extra little blue, and then the extra little bit of gold paint like you pointed out earlier, in the little rivets and stuff.
Even the silver here, like that silver just adds more dimension to the figure as a whole.
Exactly. Another thing I wanted to show here, Alex, maybe you can help me take off that fist, and I'll take this one off.
Yeah, this is a really good example of differences.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So you can see the pods that come underneath the fist here. They actually painted the red parts in there, which is really actually quite a good detail.
It's a nice touch. It's like those things where you don't see it, but once you reveal it, it's cool to know that they actually put in the work.
Yeah, and you know, when it's actually is in the mode where it uses these pods, it actually makes it look a lot better. Just in general, if you look all throughout, there's a lot of like little silver paint apps that are done where it's not done here. This is very much mainly a flat green and purple figure. Not to say it's bad, it's actually a very well done figure. Yeah. You know, I don't know, it's a toss up. If it wasn't for the chrome, I really love the paint apps. Yeah. Don't you?
I love the extra detail, but the chrome really, man, it just really turns me off a little bit about this. It depends on what you like. If you want more accuracy to the cartoon, then you might want to go with that. But if you're looking for detail, like little bits of details here and there, then you might want to pay a little bit more for this guy.
Yeah, and I believe the price difference is about $40 US. Yeah. Price difference, this guy being more expensive. Yeah. I think this is really interesting to look at them side by side. A lot of people have come in and asked me, you know, what's the difference? And also a lot of people have asked me, oh, should I wait for the Takara? Yeah. And you know, this kind of stands to reason that you might want to spend, you know, to be honest, it's going to be quite a bit more expensive for the Takara one. Yeah. Takara one's even more expensive than this guy here. Yeah. But it is going to be worth it because along with the paint apps that we're kind of sort of getting a preview of here, it's going to have the purple fists. Yeah. I mean, these are all, obviously these can change at any like last minute. Yeah. You never know Takara's decisions, but from what we've seen in the prototypes, it's going to have the purple. They're rumored to have a gimmick with the visor, potentially. And then the biggest change is going to be in the bots, which we will be reviewing when it comes in, with all the extra articulation in the individual bots. Yeah. That's going to be a big deal. So, you know, definitely stay tuned when we do that review and comparison.
Well, you've seen the comparison, and these guys are huge, but maybe we should see how huge they really are compared to something even bigger. Now we're going to compare it with something even bigger, and that is the biggest Transformers of them all, and that is, of course, Metroplex.
Yeah, this is the Japanese version, but I mean, same height and size as the North American version. Yeah. So it's a good comparison. Actually, there was a lot of confusion before Devastator came out. Some people actually thought that Devastator was supposed to combine and become bigger than Metroplex. Yeah. I'm just here to show you guys that that is not, in fact, true. Metroplex is still the biggest Transformer to date. Bigger than Fort Max as well.
That's right.
By just very little bit, but it is bigger. Yeah. It's taller. I think it was a really good idea to just kind of show this off, just to show people just how much bigger Metroplex still is than the Devastator. Yeah. This is still a very impressive toy. I mean, I can't believe they did something this ambitious for a Hasbro product. And then Takara, of course, took it and put it to the next level. It's got all the nice paint apps and everything. Yeah,
I mean, 6 whole inches, that is quite a bit considering this guy's already so big. And when you compare the two, just in size-wise, you can see the bulk of this guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's the biggest combiner.
Yeah, the biggest combiner.
To date. If you don't count the Revenge of the Fallen Devastator, which I don't really consider a combiner because it really only went to vehicle mode and then the limbs. Yeah. So it was more like Hasbro Tonka.
Yeah. That's
truck
what it felt
combiner.
like.
Yeah, these ones all, of course, individually transform, so it's kind of a different game.
Well, you've seen Devastator standing next to Metroplex. Well, maybe we should take a look at some of the other Combiner Wars combiners and check out a size comparison with them. We have them all together. Menasor, Defensor, Superion, Devastator, and of course the biggest, Metroplex. They look so good together.
They're really good. Obviously, scale-wise, you know, the regular Combiner Wars sets are all deluxe figures, so they're gonna be the smallest of the bunch. But they did a really great job with this series. Once again, like I said, they're making the combiners a little bit more fun again, and you know, they have the actual feel that I was used to as a kid, where you know, you actually really enjoyed all of the limbs and everything like that. One thing you'll notice on these guys is I actually have some different hands and feet on the Superion. The original ones are actually sitting right here. These are a third-party product.
Yes.
And they're perfect effect. A lot of people have purchased this set, you know, if they got the combiner. So that's the PC01 set. It will work with Defensor or Superion, because they're both the black feet. And you'll notice that, you know, Defensor actually has its original hands and feet, and the big difference is like there's less stability because these are actually very tiny. And they also kind of look odd, right? So this gives it more substantial feet. There's obviously ball joints in the actual feet itself as well, so you can really get some a little bit of articulation going on and get different stances, whereas these ones have a little bit more of a difficult time. And then the hands themselves have individual articulation on the fingers.
Yeah, that's nice.
Whereas the actual original fist,
it's just one piece.
It's just one piece.
The posability on those things just you know, gives you more abilities to do things like peace signs or, you know, flipping a bird or whatever. People always have fun with that.
You can definitely do a lot more with the posable hands, and you know, it's not a bad price. You know, it's I think the upgrade is like $30 or so US, just to get some proper hands and feet. And of course they become weapons and stuff too. Menasor just has a different color one. It's
the purple looks, you know, it looks more appropriate for Menasor.
So it's the PC02. Same idea. It's got the articulation and everything, and the same kind of feet going on. They're just different colors, basically. So if you're gonna go get the Combiner War sets, I highly recommend it.
Give it an upgrade.
Exactly. And earlier we looked at the Takara Superion. There's also a kit out for that. We're sold out of that one right now. That's the PC05. And the same things, except they're white. So they match more of that scheme with the Takara version. But yeah, I mean, now you see them all together, it definitely makes you want to buy them, right? I mean, when I saw them, like I put them all together, I was like, I don't want to let these go now. Kind of want to keep them for myself. Unfortunately, I have room issues at in my house, so you guys should nab these while you can. Some of them are actually getting harder to find now. And
also, one last thing I want to mention is that, you know, we have the sets for this. I mean, the parts for this, and just stay tuned because there's going to be parts for this guy as well.
That's right. There's going to be parts for this. We will review it again once we get those parts. Also, make sure to stay tuned because in future episodes we are going to compare this with the Takara counterparts. Defensor and Menasor also have a Takara counterpart coming as well. The Menasor is actually coming at the end of this month. And then Defensor is coming soon too. And the big difference with Defensor is you're gonna get the groove as the proper length.
That's gonna be interesting to see.
So it's gonna be interesting. Stay tuned for that. Also, at the same time, I'll be comparing them to some third-party versions. So you know, we've had a TFC, you know, homage to the Defensor. And then also we've already seen a couple of homages to Devastator. So stay tuned when we actually take a look at those. We'll be taking a look at some of the third-party comparisons as well to the actual Combiner Wars.
Yes. And that's our episode for today. We hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks for watching, and just want to let you guys know that in an effort to increase our content and also the quality of our content, we're actually going to be moving this show into a every 2 weeks
That's right.
kind of format. Previously, we've just been doing an episode every week. You'll still get the same amount of episodes, same great content, but now we're gonna have 2 weeks to gather all this content for you guys. All that means is there's gonna be more that comes in that we can look at, and every episode's just gonna be jam-packed with good stuff.
That's right. I think this way we can really give you the quality content that you want. So at the end of the day, it really comes down to you guys, and we want to make the best video episodes for you guys. All right?
So yeah, stay tuned, and don't worry, we haven't left you. Just every 2 weeks, make sure to stay tuned for a new episode.
That's right. So, as always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, Ages 3 and Up, and also follow us on Twitter at Ages 3 and Up. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Did I say 2 weeks?